There he is.
Hey Mike, how's it going?
Good. And yourself, Ross?
I'm doing great, mate. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for the time, man. Glad we were able to make it work and want to get into the tour and the album and everything.
Of
So
course, yeah.
let's dig into it, man. Let's start with the album, the new album, Fauna. I mean, just from the get-go, the visual of it, the cover is amazing on it. I was just staring at it earlier, trying to pick out all the little things. I imagine that comes last, though. The artwork comes last in making an album, right?
Well, yeah, you'd think so, but actually, Dan Goldsworthy, who our artist is on this record, had access to the demos very early on, all
Uh,
the all the kind of initial ideas that we were going to put onto the record, and some of the Easter eggs that you'll find on the record. That all that stuff was developed really early on. So, yeah, that was as long as process as writing the song, sure.
And let's dig into it. I mean, kind of a concept album as there's an animal assigned to every tune for this album.
Yeah, I mean we have a history of making concept records. Majority of them tend to be more narrative based. We wanted to kind of move away from that this time and still have something that was represented a body of work, but not necessarily the songs didn't necessarily have depend on each other to tell a story or anything like that. But we thought it was a good idea to that animals could represent each song, and that was a way to give each song its identity. And yeah, we thought that was a cool thing to do.
I love it, man, and I loved reading that Blade Runner kind of was a little bit of an inspiration for you on the new album. Watching those movies, did you like the second one? I liked it until like the last 10 minutes or so. I thought it was great until the very end. It kind of lost it for me.
Yeah, maybe we're all big fans. We're sci-fi fans in general, really, and it was quite fun to actually return to those movies and sort of dissect them and include some of their themes into the song lyrics. So it was good fun. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole like self-awareness of death, but with him
Right.
to realize like, oh, the clock is ticking, which we all realize, but to see kind of that human experience of the replicant realizing that in live time was incredible.
Yeah, that was a big part of it, but also animals, like well, at least as sort of metaphors, played a big part in the films and the book as well that it was based on.
Love it, man. And even talking about the album, the opening track, I mean, Taurus, just to get going, I don't even know what that sound is. Is that keyboard or guitar based or whatever? But that's a real like grating kind of like grabs your attention right away sound on it.
Yeah, that's a kind of palm muted guitar sound that's
Ah,
repeated. Yeah, this is really cool, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
we thought on the back of doing a couple of records that were leaning towards our metal side, we thought we'd continue that theme on the new record, even though like Fauna is quite an eclectic beast of an album. But it adds some familiarity to what we'd previously done. Yeah.
And what's crazy too is for doing a concept album, you guys actually put out Nightingale before you had even recorded the album, and amazing
Right.
that you had I guess, the confidence in it, just knowing then that tune alone was going to be what was to come, and felt confident enough in putting it out because I don't know if I've ever heard of that before. Most bands do the whole album and then put out the song. You kind of did it in reverse order.
Right. Yeah, we felt on the aftermath of the pandemic and all that time that had passed, that we needed to make some sort of statement that Haken was still very much alive and kicking, and that was the way to do it. And also because we knew from very early on that was one of our stronger singles, we felt like that was a good thing to do. And the second part of it was we had a tour with Symphony X coming up, and we thought that was a good way to have some new material for fans like before we went on tour and promote the tour.
Awesome. And then now this tour, speaking of tour, we got you in Southern California, May the 24th at the Regent Theater in downtown LA, and gonna
That's
do
right.
a little bit of a longer set list and digging more into the Fauna album this time around.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since we've been over here to do a full headline set. The last two trips we've done were in support of other acts. We had a tour with Symphony X and then Devin Townsend before that. So it's not been, I think it's 2018 was the last sort of trip over here when we've done, at least an hour and a half worth of material. So yeah, we're excited to be doing that again. And yeah, lots for the fans to get their teeth into.
Yeah, and a little bit of
Yeah.
a kind of also simultaneously celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the mountain as well.
Yeah, somewhat. We're doing that. Yeah, and a few tracks have made their way into the set list. We'll be doing a bigger show in the UK with more of the songs, but it's definitely given this set list a bit more variety to have those tracks included.
And imagine bigger stage production and everything each time around.
Yeah, kind of. We've bought stage lighting, and which has gone up a notch for sure. But for us, it's really about the music and the what we put into the performance.
For sure, for sure. And speaking of the show, I haven't heard anything about any support acts. Is it all going to be local? You bringing anyone out with you, or?
So we have instrumental band called Arch Echo supporting us on this run. They are absolutely phenomenal players, and definitely if you're coming to the show, that's one not to be missed because boy, they can play.
Awesome. So just the one support band.
Just the one, yeah.
Okay, killer, man. Looking forward to the show. And last couple of things I wanted to hit you with, talking about concept records, and the one for me that is kind of like the hallmark, and maybe it's just because of my age, and it just turned 35 the other day. I wanted to get your thoughts on Queensryche's Operation Mindcrime.
Well, that's an album I discovered actually quite late. I wasn't actually aware of that record until we started making concept albums, and yeah, someone said, I think it might have been Charlie, my bandmate Charlie, who suggested listening to Queensryche. So yeah, I'm a bit of a latecomer to the Queensryche family, but for me, it was it was always Scenes from a Memory by Dream Theater. That was sort of a big influence on me. The Snow album from Spock's Beard, and obviously some of the classics from the Pink Floyd's concept records in the past and stuff like that.
Sure,
played a huge role in what we do these days.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. It doesn't come around too often anymore, especially in this singles day and age. I feel like everyone's just 4 or 5 couple songs. So I love that you're still doing albums and concept albums, and making an album an important thing, because I feel like it's going away.
Yeah, we're huge advocates for that, and also the physical media, the product. That's where that's where our headspace is when we're making records.
I love it, man, because a lot of bands are getting away from that. And dude, one other thing I wanted to hit you with, speaking of other bands, we're an old school station. We do mandatory Metallica every night at 10 p.m.
Oh, wow.
You're going to be a part of, and wanted to dig into your Metallica fandom. Imagine not a latecomer on them, right?
I discovered Metallica when the Load album came out.
Okay.
So that's actually quite an important album for me. I know that a lot of diehard Metallica fans would crucify me for saying that, but Until It Sleeps is one of my favorite tracks. So I hope you guys get to spin that one.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely rock that one for you. Have you ever gotten a chance to share a stage or anything with those guys at a festival or anything?
Actually, no, but it's coming up. We're playing the Download Festival in the UK at the end in a couple of months' time, and they're doing 2 nights. But luckily we're on one of those nights, so we'll get to see them. It's great.
Their new album, not a concept record, but a phenomenal album. They're 72 seasons. A little bit of a concept in the title track about the first 18 years of your life and the 72 seasons that you go through. Kind of make up your life.
Exactly, yeah. I've been a busy boy, so I've only really had one spin of this record. Absolutely loved it. I think it's amazing. But I really need some more time to dig deeper into the tunes and the lyrics and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that they're still continuing to make great records. It's a relief.
Yeah, might want to set aside some time, because a lot of long tunes on that album.
Right. Sure.
Beautiful, man. Thank you so much for the time, and can't wait for the show and the tour.
Thanks so much. Yeah, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Have a good one, man. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.